Hello, and welcome to another day on the channel. Today I finally got a new mic, so the sound quality will be much better from here on out. And today we'll be doing some Midweek Magic Singleton. So this is a alchemy deck in standard, but it's a Singleton, so every card has to be unique. Now, the deck I'm choosing today is a mono-white aggressive deck. And to go over the 1-drops, we have like some aggressive 1-drops like Battlefield Raptor, Chaplain of Alms, and just some classic aggressive cards. That way we can just start punching in for some damage. The first strike's very helpful. There's also to have like a bit of utility, like Kitesail Cleric. Once you get 4 mana, you can tap some stuff down. Allenbach Escort, allowing to give indestructible, is really useful. And then a bit of removal with Portable Hole. In our 2-drop section, we have the Weakened Luminarch Aspirant. We have Captain Eberhart as like a way to make things a little cheaper for us and a little more expensive for our opponents. Fateful Absence and Lantern Flare is some more removal. And then we have like some just aggressive 2-drops like Professor of Symbology, Rafine's Informant, Shale, Dean of Radiance, and just some random other 2-drops. And then at 3-drops, we just have some really aggressive 3-drops, including like Brutal Cathar, Elite Spellbinder, and Expedition Supplier. Expedition Supplier says whenever one or more humans or warriors enter the battlefield under your control, conjure a card named Utility Knife onto the battlefield, and this ability triggers only once each turn. And because we are running a big number of 22 humans and 7 soldiers. Wait, it says soldiers or it says warriors, and we're running 2 warriors in the deck, so just like one random warrior lying around. But mostly the human side is what we care about. It'll trigger a bunch easily. And then we also have Extraction Specialist to get back more creatures. Rasad as another like kind of Brutal Cathar type effect with some like utility. Sparring Regimen, Wedding Announcements, Adeline, Dawn Guard, Scaparition, Skyline Savior is definitely a good one. Being a 3/4 flyer for 3 that can like buy back a permanent and give it flying if it's a creature, always pretty good. And then we are running a whopping 32 creatures for Inquisitor Captain, so it should be easy. It's definitely easy enough to get it all of the effects, and then we can like get a lot of different creatures. And then we also have Search Party Captain. This is more of like a 2-drop rather than anything. Champions of Tyr is just like a strong 4-drop, and Suntail Squadron. This one's a really fun one. It says conjure a card named Suntail Hawk into your hand. If you have fewer than 7 cards in hand, repeat this process. So basically, you just fill your hand with as many Suntail Hawks as you can. So this is like your last play, and then you just now have like 7 1/1s for 1 with flying in your hand. And then with like a board pump effect, it just, or like a shale, it does a bunch of work. And then lands, we have 17 planes, a Cave of the Frost Dragon, Egonjo, Gate to the Citadel, and a Faceless Haven. The only reason why we're playing Snow Sources. And then finally, our lessons, since we do have a few cards that learn, like Rafine's Informant, and, what was it, Sparring Regimen, and I think one other, I can't remember what it is, I'll have to look through it later. We have Academic Probation, Environmental Sciences for hitting our land drops. Roost Memory is probably the most common one fetch to get removal. Inkling Summoning is just an evasive creature. Spirit Summoning is, well, just a white summoning. Cheap summon as well. Expanded Anatomy as a pump spell, and Mascot Exhibition if the game goes really late. Anyway, that is the deck, and now we'll head into some games, and I've already played 3 matches, but I will show you how the deck runs. Alright, we are in round 1 against Lampiao. Lampiao? I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce that. This looks like a fine-looking hand, very aggressive. We'll probably get Shale down on turn 2 rather than Sun Gold, so that way we can start getting the counters online. I mean, the damage is nice, but I think getting the counters would be faster and better. Especially with a Suntail Squadron in hand. Lead off with... Let's go with the Kitesail Cleric, since it's more evasive. Even though the 1 toughness boost might be nice for evasion, sort of. Dockside Chef, yep. Glad we went with the Kitesail Cleric instead. And let's cast Shale. Now we have an army of 1-drops. And by army, I mean 2. They play a Crawling Barrens, so that can be a threat later, but at the moment, it's not scary at all. They Blood Chief's Thirst Shale, so that's annoying. We draw land, perfect. So let's go Sun Gold Sentinel into Hopeful Initiate. Exile their Thirst. Like, going Rafine's Informant is fine, but it's just a 3-2 that would probably discard our 3-2. So, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Yeah. So, what's our opponent got? They just got more removal? I mean, maybe running out the Rafine's Informant would have been better instead of the Sun Gold Sentinel. But it would just be like, would we discard a land? I'm not really sure. They play a Graveyard Trespasser now. That's annoying. Ugh. Okay. Let's cast Rafine's Informant. Chaplain of Alms. Good discard. It's only if Graveyard Trespasser attacks. So do we want to risk keeping it in the graveyard for a Trespasser to drain us for 1, or do we want to just get rid of it now? If they remove our Rafine's Informant, I'm fine with that. I like cast a removal spell on it. Okay, so they trade. So glad we did not exile the Chaplain of Alms. I love the second art on the Chapel Shieldgeist. Looks really nice. Anyway, glad they trade away the Trespasser. That way we can keep our Chaplain of Alms nice and safe. Do they have a removal spell for the Informant? What do they got for 1 mana? Break Expectations. Aw, I wanted that. Well, nothing's really good here anyway. Just take the Spikefall Pit Trap. Yeah, sure. Spiked Pit Trap. They cast a Voldarian Bloodcaster, end of turn we flash in the Pit Trap. And then we can go land, kill the Bloodcaster, swing with everything. Yeah, I like that. We might even create a treasure. We did not create a treasure. They do get a blood, but we don't really care about that. And then we can swing with everything. Hopeful Initiate trains, so they can't block anything well. And then we pass. They cast a Fell Stinger, probably sacrificing the Dockside to draw 2. A painful draw 2 with that. Let's cast an Allenbach Escort. This giving Indestructible is really good. And then Chapel. Yeah, they just concede. GG's, OP. Yeah, giving Indestructible, making blocks nearly impossible. Just made it hard for them. Yep. On to the next game. Okay. And we are here against Hellbell. This looks like a pretty good hand. We got 1 drop, 2 drop, if we draw land, 3 drop, and some removal. Looks pretty good. Faceless Haven on colorless isn't amazing right now, but it's still fine. Yeah, this is the arena, like the fixed Faceless Haven, so instead of a 4-3, it's just a 3-3. Which makes it a little worse, but still pretty decent. Looks like we're facing against another mono white aggro deck as they play a Paladin class. We'll lead off with a Portable Hole? No, we'll wait for them to level up their Paladin class before we use Portable Hole. Lantern Flare is going to be at sorcery speed because of this Paladin class. I forgot to note last turn that white source draw was pretty good. Because now we can cast double white spells or cast 2, like a 1-drop and a 2-drop in the same turn. Guess they might be considering if they want to, like, get the 2-1 flying first strike. I guess next turn we'll probably just slam the Dawn Guard if they don't level up Paladin class. Yeah, I like that. Here, just cast Luminarch Aspirant. Okay, so they finally let it resolve. And then Aspirant. End of turn, pump up the Aspirant. Yeah, let's go with the Aspirant. Well, they Fateful Absence it anyway, so that's annoying. Another land. Let's go Gavany Dawn Guard, so if they try and level up their Paladin class, we draw a spell, or most likely draw a creature. Instead, they just cast a Welcoming Vampire. We'll play Faceless Haven. And let's go Brutal Cathar, exile the Vampire, and Portable Hole, exile the class. And then we can swing in. Yeah, GG's, OP. Just some good aggressive removal spells. And then just having the... We also could sacrifice the token, or the clue to draw another card. So yeah, that was pretty good. Nice and aggressive. On to the next game. And we are here against the Cloud. This looks like a amazing hand. 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. Everything about this hand screams, oh, OP, you're dead. Keep. The Skyline Savior is also pretty good, although we might just bounce a land. Depending on what our opponent does. They play a Swamp. We'll play Initiate and pass. Looks like mono black. Land, move to combat. Swing for 1. We want to removal spell it now. This way, we're attacking now rather than casting Mina Harker if they have like a 2-mana removal spell. That way, if they do have a removal spell, they'll just cast it on Initiate before Mina Harker resolves. So this way, we might get 1 extra damage as they cast down. Well, Mina Harker time. Death and taxes. Emphasis on the taxes. Spellbinder, Harker. Oh, so they're Esper. That's interesting. Well, land, let's cast Spellbinder. See what you got, OP. Thank you, Paulo Vitor Dama da Rosa, World Champion, for creating such a card. I cast Fateful Absence. No, my taxes. This is a interesting deck. Their weird Reanimator. They're missing blue, so let's just take the Retribution. You know, like Ludovic can be scary, but they're not only missing colors, but missing lands as well. So let's go Professor of Symbology. Let's get Academic Probation, because we can like just phase out the Retribution, basically, for a turn. And then let's draw a card. Allenbach Escort, not bad. Next turn we can Skyline Savior, save our Symbology, and then learn again.
Yeah, they can see. GG's. Missing land drops and colors there.
Oh, definitely hard to come back from. Okay. And 20 gems for an Innistrad. Yep. Deathcap Glade. Already got my playset of those. On to one final game. We are playing Shredick. And our hand looks pretty good. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, and if we draw land, 4 drop. A nice curve out. No +1/++ encounters for the Allenbach, but that's fine. They play a Jawari Ruins. I do not like that. Let's lead off with the Kite Sail Cleric. Or to block. And since we don't have anything for +1/+ encounters synergies with Allenbach, there's no real point in playing it just yet. Cast Harker. Spike Field Hazard. Darn. And it exiles too, so we can't buy it back with Specialist. Well, that sucks. I think this turn we'll play double 1-drop into Gate to the Citadel. They Saloon Division into what? Thirst for Discovery? Sure. Play Gates of the Citadel. Pass. They cast Cosima, God of the Voyage. And then we will Inquisitor Captain. Getting Sun Gold Sentinel, sure. Exile their Spike Field Hazard, just in case they have a way to get it back. Smack for 1, and pass the turn. They exile Cosima, sure. Thirst for Discovery main phase, so they probably don't have a land in hand. Which is a bit scary. As they discard Valakut and Stowaway. Land. Do we just do a mass pump? Let's swing, since we don't care about vigilance too much. Yeah, let's do the pump. Steadfast Unicorn. They abrade the Inquisitor Captain. Annoying, but fine. They got onto 7, and we pass. Battle of Frost and Fire. Glad we did not add anything to the board. We'll land, cast Extraction Specialist. Get back. Let's go with the Steadfast Unicorn, because we can activate its ability. End of turn, counter on the Specialist. To get out of, like, Shock-esque range. Next turn, if we don't draw anything, we can either activate the Unicorn or activate Citadel. They cast a Moonveil Regent, no lands in hand. Well, we'll play... Well, we don't have to play land just yet. Let's move to combat. Swing for 4. They block, sure thing. Unlock our Unicorn. They have to target the Aspirant because they can't target the Unicorn. As long as we hold up mana for its ability. We'll seek a non-land card. We'll play a land and cast Usher of the Fallen. Good 1-drop. They play land for Cosima. Do they want to return it for a singular card? Looks like they do. Poppet Stitcher and Vadric. That's scary. Well, let's Elite Spellbinder. Let's take a look at what you got. Galvanic Iteration. Gonna be hard to copy and it's more expensive. Although the Surtland Fire is definitely gonna be annoying. Just for the fact that it can wipe my board. And leave theirs unscathed. Gavny Dawnguard. Let's give a mass pump. Swing for 4. And then cast Dawnguard since they are definitely activating the Frostpire. Yep. The Frostpire, we lose all of our creatures. That was a weird visual. We'll play land and go. We're playing lands because we have like cards that want as many lands on the battlefield as possible. Like Suntail Squadron. Okay, we draw a card. Oh, Murphine's Informant. Into Brutal Cathar. Let's Rafine's Informant. Discard Monk of the Open Hand. Into Brutal Cathar. exile their Goldspan, and pass. Hopefully they didn't draw a spell. That way we can flip it over to Knight and draw another card with Dawn Guard.
They animate Den.
Sure, that's fine. We'll trade with the Den. Trade, eat. And then Cinderclasm kicked. Of course. Oh, they get their Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, that's game. GG's. Oh well. Well, that was just like the perfect draws for them and board wipes. Well, that was a showcase of the Singleton White Weenie deck that I constructed. If you liked the video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It means a lot. And if you have any changes to the deck that you might make, let me know down in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, have a good day.